I said I was not gonna hit that stop button again, but I guess it's they're one in a minute for TikTok. All right, because that's all they've been letting me do is TikTok and YouTube. Every time I try to do Instagram, put anything on Instagram, you guys don't see it. Because that's also another thing. He blinds my eyes to stuff that not only hurts me reaching my potential, but hurts the planet. And for me, knowledge for me to know that would further hurt the planet. Like, kept, like, newsreels and stuff like that. I say newsreels. I meant news, information, like how bad the war was until I was like, well, there's not really much going on in the world because I'm out here and nothing's happening. I was gonna stop it, but I didn't. Like, I don't know how to explain it, and it comes and goes. Like right now, it comes and goes. Like it's strong now, but he said it's stronger. This is nothing because, like, my energy is real weak. I say weak, but he said it's strong. It's strong enough for us to connect. And I've been trying for a long time. I've been waiting for this. A lot of us have been waiting for this. It's been a long time since they was able to get to us. I'm not asking a bunch of questions because every time I start asking questions, I get a whole day worth of freaking answers. And it'll start with the question I asked, but that question spirals into other stuff. Like I began asking about this car, and I was told stuff like how to make this car first off run forever without having to replenish and only having to replenish the battery every so often. I know you're saying, yeah, all you gotta do is charge up the car. I've driven this car hundreds of miles on one charge from San Diego. Like I I've driven around so much on one charge that it's impossible that this car makes. People have I've stopped and talked to people. When I've told them how much I've driven this car, they're surprised. I bought this car in December. I probably put well over 20, maybe 30,000 miles on it. Almost, I think, almost. I know it was over 2,000 miles because I attempted to leave a couple times, but I can't because I have to be here. This is where it's at. As long as I stay here and do most of the work here, I can go visit. I can now. I can. I couldn't before. I was stuck in the mountains. Like I was stuck up there for days sometimes. But it's like I can only get close enough to do certain stuff. But I was always forced back out into the woods or onto some kind of natural place where not only somebody was forming some kind of energy rights. I say energy rights because I can feel the energy. The energy draws me to where whoever is doing these beach location site thingies. Only word that's coming to my mind is rituals because of my own personal spiritual beliefs. Because yeah, that's another thing too. They have to go through your personal spiritual beliefs. So what they do is that's their connection. That's how they connect with you to show you the divine. And it's not like that. It's not divine as in how you perceive it in the religious sense, because it's not religion whatsoever. It's just them trying to talk to us. Our religion is our religion. Whatever you want to believe is whatever you want to believe. That's your core value. That's how you stay who you are before you become anybody else. That's what you are taught when you grow up from birth. That's what they wanted to teach me too, because I wanted to push everything and everybody away. I was ready to be like done with everybody because I hated the fact that people are so like you can't teach nothing to people. I've woken up many a times, I was told. But I always find I always get to the point where as though I think that my life path has a steady line at this point. So I think my life path is steady. So I'll stop and say, hey, it's time for me to take this path off and become this man I want to be. But my consciousness always stayed here and learned from here, this consciousness. So once this consciousness started feeling like it wasn't working to get to that main goal, I started reacting to the consciousness that was down here, lower than my thought consciousness here, where I was at. I mean, where my open consciousness is. So when this bottom consciousness down here and my top consciousness, my higher consciousness, where I want to be, starts to get a little closer to me, that higher consciousness hurries up and rushes down to that lower consciousness and sees why, and starts opening up my mind to look and search for reasons why I'm not at my highest consciousness. So once it finds out those reasons, it starts asking you questions. It starts put you in positions to figure out where to go. But that's when you catch it, and then you know to talk to it. That's who you know. Hold, it just skipped a minute. I don't know. Yeah. Hold on. No, now it's me. That was who he was. He was trying to explain how consciousness works. All right. So I already got it now. I know it. I got it. He gave it to me a while back ago. But so once the consciousness stuff, once the middle consciousness, once the higher consciousness is aware that the lower consciousness is aware that it's trying to help it, that's when you got them. That's when you can talk to them and figure out what they want. I mean, it's not about figuring out what they want. It's figuring out that they're talking to you and they're trying to raise your vibration so that the world needs you. And then they like, oh wait, you can hear us. Then they know you're in tune. So then they want you to get even closer mentally to them. So they start giving you ideas to do in order to get you closer, like grounding and getting your mindset signal and aligned with who you are, so that you can have a higher consciousness. Now, some people that that still sleep in that consciousness may be in their higher consciousness. That's what they want. They want everybody to stay in a higher consciousness, and raise the planet's consciousness, and then it'll help everybody else in order to ascend into a higher conscious mind. So if these people at these lower vibrations, these are the ones that are in trouble. These are the ones that the higher vibration people are unintentionally helping. But the people in the middle, who now I can reach my higher consciousness, who was trying to help me at first, and like, because he thought I was still asleep and was like, I'm not reaching my higher consciousness. What's going on? Here, let me help you. What do you need me to do? And he started doing these things, and I noticed that they were coming true as I was doing this stuff. And he was thinking, oh, wait, this can't be true. So he started testing me to see if I was doing this stuff. Now I'm hearing all this in my head, and I hear them talking and trying to tell me, see if I'm actually performing individual things to the T. And today I did it like exactly to the minute detail almost. I probably missed out one thing. I know I did, because I always can feel that. So once I did that, it was another celebration, but this time it was like more of a conversation. And I was like, yeah, I can hear you talking to me, pretty much. Not in those words, but I kind of proved to them that I was watching them too, and I was trying to make sure that they had good intentions for us. And yeah, I guess they recognized that and saw that, yeah, that I was right. I was for real. I wasn't like joking about the fact that we need help. And they started telling me more stuff. So I know how to make a boat last forever on the water if we need to get on the water and stay on the water. I know how to create a spaceship if we need to escape the planet. I know how, and this is stuff that I kind of had concepts about my entire life. So I asked about them, and I was told in detail how it works, how each little part goes together and works. Because even with my car, it started with me calling my friend, telling him I think I can figure out how to drive this car. I mean, how to add more miles on this car, or how to make this car run longer. And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." And I started telling him about it. He's like, "Oh, that actually makes sense." Then I started telling other people about it, and they're like, "Wait, that sounds like you never have to buy electric or gas." And I was like, "All right." So then I started going deeper into the thought, and then yeah, now it seems like I don't have to get electric at all now. Um, Now I can just like leave the car on. I can literally leave this car on all day, and from charge, and let it charge down to however far it takes to get to another charging station. Like it can take me days sometimes. I can make a charge last for days as long as I drive the car exactly how they told me to drive the car. Like I would try to take over sometimes, and I do, but I'm still practicing. So when we get into big traffic, I can't drive it like that. I have to go on the side streets, and that's how it is. It's like a give and take. Like I do things like for the environment and like talk to people outside of um their daily lives. Like I can't have a daily life. I can't have a daily life, anymore, is what I'm told. Like I have to keep helping people raise their vibration so that everybody's consciousness is one. I say that takes forever. He said, well, we better hurry up because we don't have forever. We only have a little while left.